Welcome back to the Whisky Couch here in sunny South Africa with me, GUSTAV MULLER, as your host. Today I'm doing whiskey tasting and food pairing review number 132, and today is a very exciting day because I'm starting with a brand new mini series. I've decided to do a series on 10-year-old single malts. 10-year-old single malts, and I'm starting with Highland Park 10-year-old Viking scars. Also included in this mini-series will be the Deanston 10-year-old Pedro Jimenez finish, the Springbank 10, and a Spanish single malt, DYC. So this is going to be a very exciting series that I'm going to do. But for today, the first in the series, Highland Park 10-year-old single malt from the Highland Park distillery, and it is the new branding, the new Viking scars edition. Highland Park was, of course, founded in 1798, situated on the Orkney Islands, off the very north coast of Scotland, right there. So the lowlands, the highlands, and then the Orkney Islands, and you will see the Highland Park distillery right there on the Orkney Islands. It's quite close to Kirkwall, which is the capital of the Orkney Islands. It's owned by the Edrington Group, who also, of course, owns Macallan and the Famous Grouse brand. This whiskey, the 10-year-old Viking scars, is part of the Highland Park core range. The core range is, of course, the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old, 18, 25, 30, and 40-year-old. The 10-year-old is the Viking scars, and the 12-year-old is the Viking honor, and the 18-year-old is the Viking pride, if I'm not mistaken. So a very solid Viking sort of theme that they have adopted. Martin, the senior brand ambassador from Highland Park, says that every 1 out of 3 people on the Orkney Islands can trace their bloodlines straight back to the Vikings. So the Viking soul is still very alive on the Orkney Islands. Matured in oak casks, and ex-sherry cask, of course, definitely included in the maturation. 43% alcohol by volume, 750 milliliters or 75 centiliters bottle here in South Africa, non-chill filtered and natural color, which I very much like about Highland Park. There we go, we've got a beautiful sunset color. Sunset color, and perhaps you can see the legs forming there. On the glass, 43% alcohol by volume. On the nose, rich and fruity for a 10-year-old, rich and fruity. And caramelized dark fruit that I'm getting on the nose. A little bit of citrus, but lots of creamy vanilla. Sea spray. Salty sea spray. Very, very light peat. Different from the Isla peat. A little bit of alcohol on the nose, but sweet sherry, dark honey, and sweet malt. Quite a lot going on this nose of the Highland Park 10-year-old. On the palate, it's wonderful, the combination of creamy vanilla and sherry notes combining with the very soft peat and that salty sea spray notes on the palate. A little bit of citrus and slightly woody, some caramel and pepper spices. That's what I'm getting on the palate. A medium long finish, and in the finish honey and gentle spices, a peppery note, some caramel and oily, a little bit oily, and a slight bitter note here and there. A very pleasant finish on this dram. Added a few drops of water to the 43%, and we'll see what the effect is of a few drops of water. Grape candy and some more heather honey. Warm, honey and smooth. That is what I'm getting on the palate after a few drops of water. What will be my summary for this Highland Park 10-year-old Viking scars? I think soft sweet sherry, honey and very soft peat smoke. That would be my summary, and surprisingly pleasant for a 10-year-old expression. The price here in South Africa is 500 Rand. Its distribution is limited at this stage. I couldn't get a UK price and I couldn't get a US price. So maybe if you know if it's available in your area, you can let us know in the comment section below the video what the price in your area is. If you want to pair this whiskey with a food snack, then I would recommend that you use something that will connect with the vanilla elements in the flavor profile, the honey elements, the richness, the rich and the sherryness, the dark fruit flavors, the saltiness even. So something like a salted caramel wafer stick will be a good flavor companion. A vanilla wafer stick could work very well. A grape, fresh grape wrapped in smoked provolone cheese can work well, or even something simple as like a citrus meringue. I am going to try some Gouda cheese on a cracker with a drop of, and there goes one of the tastings, got wings and flew away. I have got Gouda cheese on a cracker with a drop of sweet honey marmalade. So I am going to connect with the rich sweet flavors in the flavor profile of this whiskey with the sweet onion marmalade and the Gouda cheese, the creaminess in the whiskey, and a small cracker. So here goes. Let's see how this works. Wonderful snack. It is a beautiful combination. It just connects. It ticks all the dots. This is a very, very good pairing for me personally. Highland Park 10-year-old Viking scars with Gouda cheese and a little bit of sweet onion marmalade on a cracker. It worked very, very well. Let me just get this back on its plate because I forgot to show you the pictures, because I've got Highland Park here on a picture just to give you an idea what it looks like. There we go, the Highland Park distillery in the ancient town or next to the ancient town. There's a bit of an aerial view there. You can see Kirkwall and the Highland Park Distillery here in the foreground. Fantastic. This was quite exciting. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, clicking the subscribe button below the video and inviting your friends to subscribe. And I will see you again soon with the next one in this series that I'm going to do on 10-year-old single malt whiskies. Sláinte.